Go back to our top story this hour. Officials confirming that Al-Shabaab killed 70 people at Garissa University. Robyn Kriel is keeping an eye on reaction in Nairobi and joins us now. Robyn, good evening to you and welcome. We understand 500 students unaccounted for as we speak. Do we know what their status is tonight?
No, and we're really hearing mixed reports from on the ground, Iman. One reporter for Nation TV saying that police told him that the siege was over, that 70 or more people had been killed, mostly students, mostly female students, and that 4 attackers had been killed. These numbers eerily similar to Westgate, Iman, where 67 people were killed and 4 attackers were killed on top of that. In terms of exactly where the other missing students are, however, I'm not sure. And again, there are mixed reports coming from on the ground. It is very, very difficult, especially at nighttime, to try and get any real sense when you're so far away, being cordoned off so far away of what actually is going on.
Al-Shabaab, Robyn, claiming responsibility for this attack and saying that it's holding, or at least this is as far as the reports are going, it's holding Christians hostage but freeing the Muslim students. Have they stated their demands?
Their demands have always been, Iman, that they want the Kenyan Defence Force to withdraw its troops from Somalia. The Kenyan Defence Force crossed over into Somalia in 2011 after a few tourists were kidnapped and some medical workers were kidnapped. They instituted Article 54 of the UN Constitution stating that they were defending their own territory. Since then, they've joined the African Union force and effectively been chasing Al-Shabaab, as it were, across Somalia. From Kenya's sector has really been from the south, moving upwards. They've managed to gain a number of significant territories and cause Al-Shabaab quite a lot of damage. And Al-Shabaab's demands, simply being that, the way that they've gone about it has varied over the past few years, from throwing grenades into popular bars, to taking people hostage in malls, to taking out entire villages, as we saw in the Mpeketoni attacks along Kenya's coast last year.
What are witnesses saying? Has anyone been able to talk to them, Robyn?
Witnesses said that 2 people were wearing suicide vests, and I've seen that at least one security source has also confirmed that that's how one bomber, I guess suicide bomber, did kill himself in the end. Typically what you're supposed to do when you're wearing a suicide vest is to walk and make sure you're around a group of people. So they would have gathered up a group of people before they detonated, so as to cause maximum effect. Those could have been the explosions heard earlier. However, yes, it's been an incredibly long morning. It started at 5:30 when students were on their way to prayers. People being herded, as it were, by these gunmen into a particular classroom. Why did they attack this particular university? Perhaps it was just simply a soft target. Perhaps it was easy for them to penetrate. Perhaps they were supposed to attack somewhere else, and this was somewhere that was a little bit easier to get into. We're just not sure. They were issued warnings by various other universities, including the University of Nairobi, just across the road from us here, saying that there was a possibility that a tertiary education institution could be targeted by Al-Shabaab. Al-Shabaab obviously not agreeing with the idea of education, Western education, especially females being educated within their charter.
President Kenyatta calling on Kenyans not to panic tonight. Robyn Kriel, have citizens, have people in that area been heeding this call?
I'm terribly sorry, Iman. I believe your question was President Kenyatta's speech that he gave earlier, calling for calm. This has always happened, either himself or the Deputy President, William Ruto, showing face, saying that the nation must remain strong, must remain united, that it cannot divide along religious lines. I mean, the fact that Al-Shabaab chose to attack this particular university, which is in a very heavily Muslim part of the country, where a lot of people very like themselves, Somali Kenyans, live and work and reside, and their children probably go to school next door to each other. It's surprising, and it really has left a lot of questions as to why they chose this particular spot to attack.
Robyn Kriel coming to us live from Nairobi. Thank you for that update.